Welcome to News Geelong and our new 2014 format of 2 half-hour programs each week, Wednesday and Friday evening at 6:30 right here on Channel 31, Digital 44. Tonight we take to the brilliant waters of the Surf Coast for action from the Navy Surfboat Summer Competitions and the first of the Surfing Classics for the summer at Bells Beach. In sport we cover local Geelong Cricket Association Division 1 and Geelong Region Division 1 bowls, in addition to the thoroughbred racing from the Geelong Racing Club. And we'll update you with the official weather forecast for Geelong and the Surf Coast from the Bureau of Meteorology over the next few days. The Royal Australian Navy serves Australia with pride and participates annually in the Australian Surf Rowers League series around our great surfing beaches. Last weekend it was all action for the Navy team down at Anglesea, where Ian Nichols was amongst the action.
We're starting the year with a double whammy at Anglesea Beach, and it's all happening down here today. The Navy Surfboat Series and Surf Lifesaving Victoria with a huge carnival. And our man Aaron Tannehill is going to fill us in with what's happening with the Navy, and then we're going to meet some surfers from the US of A. Well, it's our first outing for the new year, 2014. We're down at Anglesea Beach and it's huge. It looks like, Aaron, we've got more than one event happening here today.
Yeah, we do. We've actually got over 800 competitors for this second round of the Lifesaving Victoria Summer Series. We've also got the third round of the Navy Series for the surfboats in Surf Rowers League. So we've got lots of competitors down here today with what you can see, some challenging conditions. It's not dangerous, the swell is dropping, but you got a bit of a wind here as well, which is making racing nice and tough and obviously a bit of fun as well.
Yes, well, they are having a lot of fun here today, and the Navy boys seem to be enjoying the conditions.
Yeah, we are. We've got over 50 surfboat crews here today for the third round. You know, we've had 2 rounds so far that have been a little bit small. One being at Mordialloc and then the Torquay Carnival a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, we got some waves here today for the 50 crews, and it's also a state team selection event. So, you know, it's not exactly treated as a Mickey Mouse event. Everyone's here having a really strong crack trying to make that state team.
Well, certainly they've come from all over, including interstate today.
Yeah, we do. We've got a couple of interstate crews here today, which is great to see. And then we've also got your lakes entrance down the east, and then obviously we've also got support from Port Campbell down west. So that goes along with the metropolitan clubs that we've got, including St Kilda and Mornington. And then, you know, we've always got the Surf Coast where we've got Jan Juck, Torquay, Lorne, Fairhaven, and also Anglesea. So we've got about 15 different clubs here today.
Well, we always look forward to this series every year, and today with the double whammy, if you like, we're covering an enormous amount of ground here at Anglesea. We've taken up most of the surf beach.
Yeah, we have. If you're here for a swim today, unfortunately you might not get one, but yeah, look, we've got a great event, and Lifesaving Victoria put on a range of carnivals for our competitors that are volunteer lifesavers. We've got boards and skis and swim races, and obviously some other events such as the beach events down the other end of the beach. But where we are here with the Navy event, we're probably in about round 3 now. We've got 5 rounds today, and then finals later on at about 2:30, 3 o'clock. So it's a really long day for our rowers, you know, 6 or 7 hours of racing.
Well, we might take a wander down the other end of Anglesea Beach and get amongst the surf lifesavers and see how they're faring today.
Yeah, definitely, and it's great to see we've also got the Los Angeles lifeguards here today that are here for a couple of weeks in the Lifesaving Victoria Summer Surf Series event, and also some interstate competitors from New South Wales and South Australia. So it's holiday time for some, and there's a lot of people here enjoying the Great Ocean Road and making the most of these carnivals.
Well, being an old Beach Boys fan, as I am, we should perhaps start with the California girls. And hi to you.
Hi, how are you?
Now, you actually from Los Angeles?
Yes, born and raised.
And you've got the crew here. How many of you in total? Right.
That's right. I think there's 15 competitors or something like that. 11 competitors and 4 coaches. There's a big group of us.
It's a big contingent from the US, yeah. So how's it been so far?
Oh, we love it. I don't think we could have expected this kind of hospitality. Everyone has been so welcoming and so helpful. We've learned so much more than I would have thought in a week already. It's been great.
Well, we talked to the guys. We know you're here to compete basically against Victoria, the local people.
Yeah. It's fun just to come out and see such a big event. How many more people, because this is like 10 times the size of any event that we really have. besides our nationals, which doesn't compare at all to Aussies out here. So it's fun to see the other clubs and kind of get to meet a few other people out here.
And this guy on the end reminds me a little bit of the Australian cricket team. They love to get that zinc. You know, you've got the look, mate.
Well, I'm a ginger. I can't be in the sun for too long. You guys know about that better than we do. But it is good for us to see the culture surrounding lifesaving, whereas it's more of a professional thing at home. And then for here, it's more volunteership and some coaching. So it's fun for us to experience your guys' side of it.
Well, the only beaches I know about are in the songs by Jan and Dean and the Beach Boys, Huntington and those sort of places. What are the famous surf beaches over there in LA?
In LA, we only have a couple. El Porto's a big one, but I believe they mentioned Redondo in the song. I don't know about Manhattan. The Beach Boys talk about Manhattan at all?
I don't know, it's before my time.
Yeah, it's before your time, it's before mine.
Well, I'm showing my age here. Well, you guys, do you compete very often outside of the US?
No, for me, I've just been on one trip over to Japan earlier this year. Some of the veteran competitors have been kind of all over. I think there's some good opportunities, but some of us are kind of new in the sport, and it's a good opportunity to come over here and see what this is all about.
So have you been into full competition yet, or is it still to come?
For this trip, it's still to come. This is kind of breaking the ice and getting our feet wet in the sport, and then next week is real competition for us, I guess.
Well, best of luck. Can we get your names just in order?
Shane.
Tim.
Kelsey.
Well, thank you so much to Shane, Tim and Kelsey. Been fantastic talking to you, and enjoy the rest of your stay here.
Thank you so much, we will.
Well, guys.
At Anglesea Beach for the first big surf carnival and Navy action of the year, this is Ian Nichols for News Geelong.
Thank you, Ian. Continuing on the same theme, it was the first surfing classic of the summer down at Bells Beach in the Piping Hot Surf Classic, as our resident Grant Ian Nichols reports.
We've moved from Anglesea to an extremely windy Bells Beach. The iconic surf rider's dream has been a bit missed today. There's been a bit of a washing machine going on out there in those waves, but we have managed at the Piping Hot Pro Series, the Australian surfing professionals, to catch up with local boy Cale Bell Warren, who of course is an icon in this part of the world, and he's going to bring us up to date on what's happening with the first outing for 2014. At the iconic Bells Beach Torquay, this is Ian Nichols for News Geelong. Well, it's good to catch up with an old friend here at News Geelong, Cale Bell Warren, back home for Christmas, back to your beloved Bells Beach.
Yeah, it's always good to be home. I just did a big stint overseas and ended up in Hawaii for that month leading up to Christmas. So to be able to come home and surf the first event of the year at my local beach is incredible.
Well, we've just heard the bad news read today that the waves are simply not good enough, but tell you what, this wind would blow a cocky off its perch, fair dinkum.
I'll tell you what, we were actually expecting a fair bit more swell than we've seen today. Yesterday was bigger than it should have been, and today's a lot smaller, and I think this wind's got a lot to do with the true height getting knocked off the swell.
Well, it's a big event. It goes over several days. The Piping Hot people put a lot of money into the sport, and a lot of time and energy is expounded. You're up against some of the best here over the journey, aren't you?
Yeah, while it's only a one-star ASP rated event, it's really good that Piping Hot have got back behind surfing, and well, they're a core company from back in the day, and for someone like myself and the juniors from Torquay to be able to compete against some of the world's best, like we've got a bunch of former World Tour surfers down here at Bells Beach at the start of the year. It's a great way for me to kick off my World Tour campaign for 2014.
Well, you're a real ambassador for the sport, if we could say that, and obviously you'll be doing a lot more travelling this year.
Yeah, I bounce around. I pretty much follow the events. I think I'll spend probably 4 to 5 months overseas, just depending on the event calendar. But right now I'm happy to be home, sun's out, and while it is a bit windy and the waves aren't too good, I wouldn't be anywhere else.
No, well, that's right. What's your next event after this? Have you got that planned yet?
My next event looks like we've got a few more events in Australia.
Everybody has cooperated, the crowd have come down here to support it. It's just been a fantastic week, and it's a huge honour to be here. And for women surfing,
she's really turned it on. We've had 5 days straight surfing now. We're on Easter Sunday, we're in the men's final.
I'll be competing in the Wingman Trials again this year. So that's my real plan. That's my #1 goal for the year, is to qualify through the Wingman Trials into the main event of the Riptide Pro.
Well, good luck with that, Cale. It's great to catch up with you. pity about today, but there's always tomorrow.
Yeah, that's the beauty of the sport. There's always another day.
On day 3 of the Piping Hot Surfing Festival at Bells Beach, this is Ian Nichols for News Geelong.
Thank you, Nico. This is News Geelong. As we go to a break, follow us on Facebook and Twitter, as well as catching up with your favourite segments via YouTube each week. We'll return with more news after this.